Hello, welcome back. Yeah, 28 minutes left to take my turn. A bit late today. Message from Navarre. Boredom.text. I don't think Navarre has done anything but research this whole game, so I don't know. I think that's good though, I think, because if he's that passive a player, maybe it means he's never going to attack me. Which is something. We cast a lot of remote site searching spells and didn't find anything, of course. Summoned some cave grubs. Olm declared a new prophet. Spite Slam. And we cast Rebuke Fate. This is a really interesting effect, which is that somebody else somewhere gets cursed. Someone in a different province, in fact. This is quite I don't know how that's done, but yeah. But we rebuked our fate. And we turned into this guy. This is a misshapen tyrant. He's slightly different in a couple of ways. He's better in some ways, he's not quite as good in some other ways. Most notably, he seems to have lost a leg and now has map move 2, which is not great. And he's also lost some magic resistance as well, down to a base magic resistance of 14. And I think maybe he's lost some of his other stats. He causes more unrest now, 5 unrest. Yeah. But he gained a bunch of stuff as well. Gained some really good stuff. First of all, he's now natively Death 3, which is incredible. He can now cast Soul Vortex without a gem, so that's great. He got 10 Fear, which is bumped up to 13 with the death he's got. So he's now got 13 Fear. He also intrinsically has Banefire Shield, which stacks with Fire Shield, which is pretty cool. And he has a Banefire Strike as his attack now. And I looked this up in the Mod Inspector. He's not always terribly accurate, but Mod Inspector says that Banefire Strike is an intrinsic weapon, which means that if we give him a weapon, he won't lose it. So this is an AoE one that also does decay. So, all in all, this guy's badass now. The big problem is how to get him around, because he's got a map move of 2. I think this guy is going to need flying shoes, because I know that they give you a flat movement of 20. That seems like a must on him. I was wondering if it might be funny to give him 2 shields as well, since this is intrinsic. And give him 2 shields and then the gore helmets that he has a headbutt as well. Because then we can give him a vine shield and a lead shield to help his magic resistance. And do Soul Vortex and just rely on our fire shield and our Banefire Shield and our innate attack, our headbutt and the Soul Vortex to kill things. That'll actually be fine, I think. He'll definitely get the Shroud. Probably an anti-magic amulet as well. Yeah, this guy's cool. I'm going to do some more Rebuking Fate. I'm not sure if they're all going to be that good, but this Dirty Bulking is now going to try casting it as well. One interesting thing about this guy is he can't levy slaves anymore. Which is a bit of a shame, but I'm having him cast Twiceborn this turn, so that if he does die somehow, well, at least we'll get a wipe back with some magic. Battle in Omia. Let me move my army down into one big block. Man did actually have some mages here. In fact, is the Thistle Mace guy here? Yeah, so Thistle Mace Mother of Avalon is here, who does cast Howl in this fight. You do pretty well though. And then our geared tyrant starts to show up. He's very fast. He's great because he doesn't let anyone escape. In that case it was only archers that he was on, but if those had been mages trying to escape, it would have been nice to kill them. But yeah, we did get the 2 mages that were there and the wise man. That's really nice. We lost 3 Cyclops, 3 Helots, and we also lost a troll somehow. I think maybe being near all the fire elementals is bad for him, but he might have got clipped by some projectiles as well. Events, Midria, we got another elemental. This one's a size 6 elemental, which is pretty cool. Kratos, we got 7 gems, and in Cunal we got Dominion +3 from a festival. Hooray. Here's the big elemental. I was wondering if it's worth Gift of Reasoning this thing. Gift of Reason is quite cheap in this mod. It's only 5 gems. Still takes Nature 4, but... then again, it's mindless. Can you do Gift of Reason on mindless units, or is that the one that you need Divine Name for? I'm not sure, actually. Just thought it'd be a fun thing to do anyway. Okay, this turn. Not much happening, really. Lots of forging, though. I'm sending the Black Servant with the Bane Venom Charm into man's cap this turn. Let's start diseasing all of these mages and all these units. Make them a bit easier to deal with. I'm also moving this army into Fuchsia now. There are now 2 geared tyrants. We've got complete set of workout gear and cool Jim looping Eye of the Tiger. He's got some death gems because we'll have alt 6 next turn for Soul Vortex. That'll be really good. I think this will be fine. There's lots of mages here. We've got, what, 3 casts of Gifts from Heaven. Got like 6 fire elementals. One thing that's cool is this province that we just took actually has a lab in it, so I was able to give fire gems to someone to do Heat from Hell as well. So Steve over here is on his way with fire gems. Is actually not necessary now, but he can still show up and help, I'm sure. So we'll move into Fuchsia with this next turn. I think it'll be fine. Man can't have that many troops here, and I think my 2 geared tyrants will probably kill everything anyway. In terms of all these little units. And that's really it. There's not really much else going on. I'm going to be diseasing man, and I'm just moving out lots of scouts still, as you can see. I've decided to finally switch to getting a mage along with the scouts now. I think we've made up our shortfall on scouts from Maragnon. I think we'll try and get some mages out of there now. And the other thing happening this turn is just lots of forging and still doing some site searching spells. Summoning another Black Servant to do more Bane Venoming. There's lots of like enemy stacks like right near us now. There's a big Agarthan one, big Kaelin one. There's like multiple in stacks on our borders. Arak is actually pretty chill about our border. He doesn't really seem to care about leaving big stacks along it, which is fine, even though I've got this here. But it's likely we will get attacked by someone else soon, given how much force is just in this region, right next to my cap. I'll make sure that I've got tools to deal with stacks. Nice to get Evo all the way up to 9 someday and drop the big fires from afar. Still forging Lightless Lanterns, getting an anti-magic amulet. Oh, I had lots of gold this turn, so I'm upgrading forts as well, but... Haruspex, Augury, Horspex, Gnome Law. Forging another Bane Venom Charm. Proud. Rebuking Fate. Another Lightless Lantern. One other thing you might have noticed is I'm casting Baleful Star with Essus. That's also getting cast on man. The spell kind of sucks. But it's only 7 pearls and it curses a few people in the province, so getting hit by disease and curse, that's got to be slightly demoralizing, right? Maybe it will curse something important, I don't know. But that's it for this turn. We're up to 3,078 income now, that's really nice. Some of these provinces around man's territory are not great. It's a shame. This one has the story event, so it's currently on 264 unrest, which you probably have to do something about. Wasteland's never going to be good income. Cave's pretty bad. I can't see the rest of the provinces. This territory down here, I mean, this one has a Well of Pestilence, great. This one also has a disease site, Chill 6 Swamp. 45 income though, I guess. What's Omia? Omia's 65. These provinces are much better income in this region. Well, these 3 are. This one's 111, that's pretty good. Isha should have pretty good income as well. Right. I was last person to take my turn. I kind of rushed through that. I hope I didn't miss something important, but that was turn 52. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. We got Alteration done. This gives us Soul Vortex, notably. This is a cool spell. I don't think I've ever actually used this in a game, but I've seen other people use it. I might have used it though. Did I use it on my Ditanu guys in the Ashdod game? Do they even have magic? It's so long since that game, I don't remember. There's lots of cool stuff here though. Transformation might be quite interesting to do on my N1 and W1 mages if I give them the mace. have them do it. Might turn into something more powerful in nature. Could also do it with my god, I suppose, but don't see a reason to at the moment. Crumble's always useful. What else might be useful? I'm not sure. But, oh, blindness is pretty good for enemy thugs, I suppose. Yep, but we'll go into Thaumaturgy next. We'll pick up Gateway and Soul Slay and all that good stuff. And then into Evocation for Mind Hunt. Found nothing with our remote sight searching spells, because they're a scam and you should never cast them. Did twice spawn on our Fate Rebuked Tyrant. And we did it again and got the same result, which is pretty lucky, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not sure how many results there are. But this appears to be exactly the same kind of Tyrant, so yeah, same good stuff. He's D3 now, he's got a Banefire Shield, lots of fear. I realised that the reason these guys had map move 2 is because the armour was encumbering them. They actually have a base map move of 8, which isn't quite as bad. But it's still pretty bad, because I've given this guy the Shroud of the Battle Saint now. So this guy still has the Gleaming Hauberk map move penalty of 6. Yeah, this guy is up to a 8 now. Still not very useful though, and I still think he'll be good with Flying Shoes. We took control of Fuchsia, no Province Defense, so that's under siege now. And it has in fact been cracked open, so we'll be storming it this turn. And there was a battle in Pania, which I suppose is worth watching. Man's led out some of his army from his cap into some of my Province Defense. There is one commander who has a Frostband and a Vine Shield. And there is a mage who has a Thistle Mace and a bunch of Nature Gems. So I assume she'll be doing Howl like the other guys. Also lots of Kushis, Wardens, Longbows, usual stuff. So that's Pania, 166. And for events, quite a few things. The Prophets of Woe were right and famine has struck in Lost Canyon range, we lost some population. A demon possessed a herd of swine in the Cavern of Tog. We got several water elementals this turn from that water elemental site, which is nice. And 5 fire gems. And people in Earthsore Desert are suddenly very restless, and they left. And 5 air gems in Rotmarsh. And somewhere in the world the Silver Sarcophagus has been opened. Spreading death and disease throughout the world. A few of our commanders got disease this turn by that, unfortunately. Speaking of disease, we now have our Bane Venom guy sitting in man's cap, so that'll be diseasing him. It's quite funny that we're doing this now on the same turn that the sarcophagus opened. I wonder if man will think that the disease in his cap is just because of the sarcophagus. That'd be pretty funny. And did some patrolling. So a relatively simple turn again. We're storming Fuchsia. The army is set up like this. It's very similar to usual, except this guy. This is the guy who has D2 and gems. He can cast Soul Vortex, which I'm going to do. Soul Vortex just drains life and stuff from everyone around you. So it could kill my own units, so I've got him kind of separate from the army. Being separate from the army doesn't help in a fort storm though, because everything has to go through the gate, so I'm wondering if everything's going to slam into the gate and he's going to kill all of my own troops and then we'll rout. Which is what I expect to happen given how most of this game has gone. So hopefully this won't be another Earthquake style error, but he is casting Soul Vortex, because I think it's a cool spell, I'd like to see it. And we've got the gems and we've got the gear to do it, so why not? But we'll storm Fuchsia this turn and hopefully that goes okay. Man does have a few things here and he does have his god, but I don't think it'll be too tricky. Everything else is normal. We've got Flaming Arrows and Heat from Hell going off. We've got a few troops. Lots of fire elementals and lots of spellcasters. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm pretty much hoping that my magic, my geared tyrants and my gigantes can carry me. Because it is quite a puny army at this point. Also, we have to respond to this now. I assume it's going to attack Casing Forest, right? And where else would it go? What else would it do? If it just rolls up towards Rumar, then I guess I just move on and take his cat from him? I'm really not sure. So let's work under the assumption that he's going to attack Casing Forest next turn. And with that in mind, everything is patrolling, and I move patrolling these two guys. Unfortunately, I can't get the the cool Banefire Tyrants over to Casein because they are not very good at moving. But my god and this other Tyrant can come. And we have a ton of stuff here. This is 492 troops. Lots of archers, lots of javelin guys, lots of javelin guys. And lots of decent troops as well. Even some cave grubs. We'll have lots of fire elementals. We'll have heat from hell and flaming arrows, I think, somewhere. Did I script it? Is it the guy who's coming over? Let's hit Y instead. Yes. So the usual complement of buffs. If he attacks into us, I think we'll be fine. But we'll see what he does. He might be getting restless because he might have realised that I'm not bothering to attack him. I'm just penning him in. Because I don't have to do anything. I'm catching up on research and I'm fine. A few other miscellaneous movements. I'm going to try and take this province with a priest and a couple of troops. Hopefully that goes okay. Don't really want to lose a priest pointlessly, but it'd be nice to take it. Moving a tyrant to Cunel to catch slaves here. Moving a commander to Phlegra to patrol there. Moving scouts to the world. And that's it, really. I'm attacking Pania with the regular scout that's in man's cap. Because maybe man won't put province defense in it. And we'll get lucky and snatch it while he attacks Casein. That would be good. That would be the ideal, in fact. Elsewhere in the world, worth mentioning that Ulm is currently still at war with Uruk, Agartha and Calum. And he still has Vengeful Waters up. So it's not going quite as badly for him as you might think. In fact, he recently had some kind of victory against Uruk, where he killed quite a lot of Uruk's mages and troops and things. So it's possible, even though there's like lots of stacks on our border, and this is obviously kind of a bit of a nervous situation, it's possible that Ulm is actually tying up 3 of our opponents for us quite effectively, which is pretty funny. So I might send Ulm support if he needs it, because we can just sit here and research. Cataclysm isn't actually that far off now, it's 2 years. So we should probably grab a few more thrones before that happens. But we're in a fine position just gearing up until then. I'm forging the rest of the gear for the Lord of Protein Powder Ceremony, so he'll have Flying Shoes, Regen Ring, Gore Helmet, and a Lead Shield next turn. And the other Torrent is currently casting Twiceborn. And only other news is that I got a message out of the blue from Uruk. I think he's a bit nervous because he just lost the battle against Ulm. Because he sent me a message about this stack that's on his throne border. And he's like, hey, I hope that stack's going to attack Calum, buddy. And I just kind of dodged the question, because this is a very tempting throne, isn't it? And in fact, we have scouts all the way through Uruk's territory now, and he has nothing anywhere, which is very strange. So, potentially we could just roll through Uruk's territory and take this throne and this throne if that's his as well. Which would be pretty good. At that point we would definitely have a gigantic target on our backs though, so we'll have to be careful about what we do. For now though, no rush. We'll storm Fisher, we'll try and squeeze out man, and we'll continue ramping up our research. That seems to all be going fine. And that was turn 53. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on turn 54. Hello, welcome back. Got the Thaumaturgy done, did some spells, didn't find anything. A couple of battles, including a battle at the fortress in Fisher. So, we've got quite a few mages here. We've got our big army with the cubes. Not the greatest gifts from heaven ever. We do heat from hell, Mender's howl. Here's our big tyrant with the Soul Vortex. I think he probably is killing my own dudes. which is unfortunate. Also, our fire elementals are stuck somehow. I don't know how this happened either. All my stuff is on skirmish formation. There are a lot of undead in this fight. Apparently the Ghost King pretty good at spamming Horde of Skeletons. Or whatever the spell is that does the soulless. There's my other Phlegra Tyrant. I don't know what he's doing. He's just kind of chilling. Hanging out down the wall. Oh, here he comes. Nope. Really not sure what he's doing. He just can't get in the fort, I guess. Probably should have had him script flight on himself. I feel like that might have been, you know, correct. Instead he just walks back and forth outside the wall pointlessly. If he'd just flown on attack career, I think this would be fine. As it is, we can't get through the gate. And he'd be pretty good at clearing the gate, because he's got a fire weapon instead of a cold weapon. These guys are all resistant to cold and vulnerable to fire. Let's turbo through it. This doesn't go very well. Oh. Tyrant finally got in. The Soul Vortex Tyrant has fled. And now that Tyrant fled as well. Ray's dead, that's what it's casting. I mean, this is what we expected, right? We expect... The story of this game is that I can't do anything right. That's the story of this game. Is, I just keep blowing things. So that was Fisher. Could have gone better. We did manage to kill almost everything the man has. We got his Mother Avalon. Somehow the Logrian Wiseman survived. And his god, of course, is still alive. I'm pretty sure he can't do Howl anymore, though. Because I assume that the Howlcaster was a Mother of Avalon. Or maybe an Animist. But we lost pretty much everything. We lost all of our Gigantes that I'm pretty sure died to the Soul Vortex that we cast. We lost one of our Sages, we lost 2 of our Adepts. We even lost a Tyrant. So, you know, not great. There was a battle in Pania where we attacked the province that Man had just taken, hoping to snag it, but it didn't happen. There was no battle on our fort either. Man did not move into our fort. He moved into the Cavern of Tog. So that army's still walking around. And there was also a battle in Winter, where we threw the priest with a few bits and pieces over here and managed to take it. Events, we got more water elementals. We got defense plus 10 in Bergamum and some gems in Earthsore Desert. Let's check in on the water elementals actually. That's what we've got now so far. We've got one size 6 one, quite a few size 2 ones, and quite a few size 4 ones as well, 5 of those. Finished the fort in Ard. The fort in Fisher is no longer broken. And we got a new famous hero at least. So complete set of workout gear, who spent most of that fight working out outside the fort walls, has developed tough skin, which is a pretty good one. He already has +3 from that ability. So that's really nice actually. We don't need to cast Iron Skin anymore really with him. I think it would give us a few extra points, but it's okay like that, I think. And that's it for messages. Yeah, this could have gone better. We're going to move everything back onto Fisher. The only things left in the fort now are his god and 2 Logrian Wisemen. So we'll give it a try again. The first problem now though is actually sieging down the fort, since this is all we have left. This is everything in these 3 provinces just moving back. I now have complete set of workout gear scripted to cast Flight on turn 2, and then attack career. So hopefully he just flies in and finishes the job instantly. But we need to actually get Fisher stormed down. Fortunately we have these cave grubs quite close. Unfortunately the terrain sucks, so it would take 1, 2, 3 turns to get there. So instead, I'm just going to summon another round of Cave Grubs. We'll get this up to 15. And my Astral 4 guy over here, Essus, he's teleporting to Realm of Silence, and then he'll gateway to Omia, and then he'll move into Fuchsia. Which is the same number of turns, but it gives us 5 more Cave Grubs. And we generate 19 pearls per turn anyway, so who cares? We've got pearls for days. So the fort will get cracked open eventually, but it's just kind of awkward at the moment. Up here, since Man now moved his stack to Cavern of Tog, no matter what, it takes him 2 turns to get back to Man, so we're going to move into Man now. I'm moving the giant stack encasing into Pania. Everything we just saw last turn, same stuff. So if Man moves back into Pania, he'll have to fight that this turn. If Man moves into Bergamum, well, it's got a disease site there, so that's going to be unfortunate. That also puts him even further from his cap, which is fine. And if Man moves to Phlegra, well then he'll be able to get back to his cap in 1 turn, but we'll also be moving into it. I'm also moving some troops into the Wasteland there. We actually have 4 Shackled Mages, all with Earth 1, which is really nice. Because they can be slaves for him and he can cast Earth spells and it won't be quite as bad for them. And the 1 geared Bane Tyrant that we have, he's going to take Norville on his own. I think that should go okay. We'll do Soul Vortex on turn 1, Temper Flesh, Iron Skin, Fire Shield, and Attack Career. Turns out you cannot wield 2 shields, which is a shame. But I prioritize the magic resistance higher, since once he's got Soul Vortex up, he's going to be pretty hard to kill. So I gave him a Rat Tail as a weapon. This has a length of 4, which is really good. And helps with parry stuff. I don't know exactly how parry works, but I do know that it's better to have a longer weapon. And it also causes greater fear as well, so it'll stack nicely with the 13 fear that he has. It's limited to 1 damage. Mostly just using it for the fear and the parry. But he does still have the Banefire Strike and the Gore as additional attack, so he's fine. So he'll attack Norville, 1 army into Pania, 1 into Khazad-dûr, and we'll attack Man the turn after that. The Bane Venom charm is still sitting here. We'll move that out when we move in. Yep. That's pretty much it for this turn. I'm forging more gear for the 2nd Misshapen Tyrant. This guy will probably have the Vine Shield instead of the Lead Shield because I don't have many Earth Gems and we already have the Vine Shield, so why not? Protection isn't too bad. Yep, not the greatest turn. Bit awkward. We're making lots of research still, even though we're moving out the giant army stack. I've set up some just general research targets. I'm not sure what we'll do exactly, but Thaumaturgy 6 gives us with the bones, which might clear out some of the undead if we get there. Alteration 7 is for... what was that for? Probably some kind of buff. Let's see. Oh, Phoenix Pyre. Right, so that would be cool on the Tyrants as well. Brings you back to life if you die. Conjuration all the way to 8 for the Elemental Royalty. Evocation to 9 for... what's that called? Flames from the Sky. And on the way there we could probably pick up Maelstrom as well. Might be one of the globals we can actually cast. And that's it for this turn. So yep, another disaster, but what are you going to do? Thanks for watching. I'll see you on turn 55.